Om Sri Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Dr. Rakesh. We are here today at the Ishwar Center in New York, the beautiful Sai temple here. I'm so happy to meet you finally.
Likewise, the pleasure of ours always to have some Sai devotee here.
So let me start by asking, how did you come to Bhagawan? When was your first encounter with Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba?
Okay. Actually, I didn't get to Bhagawan. Bhagawan got to us. This was way back in 1968. My father was in the army and he was also connected to the port commissioners there in Calcutta. And my mother was a Krishna devotee right from the beginning. And my father was, totally materialistic and the hard kind of person. And people who knew him, said he's most probably Hitler reborn because of his habits and because of this thing. And once on Janmashtami day, my mother was doing the puja and my father came and he was very angry. He threw away the thali and he said, "What nonsense, stop all this, I don't believe in all this." And also my mother was very upset and she prayed to God. She said, "Krishna, if you're really there, so please do something today, otherwise I will also give up doing the puja because it's creating a lot of disharmony and peace and unhappiness in the house." So that day my father went to the army unit and suddenly out of the blue, without notice, there was a new commanding officer, Colonel S.M. Lal, who came and who took over the unit. Big tough guy, was known to be quite righteous and strict. So he called my father and he says, because my father was in charge of the 113 Infantry Battalion there, and he says, "Yes sir," he said, "first thing, find out where there is a Sai Baba center over here." So my father said, "Sir, that guy with the fuzzy hair, I believe he is a CIA agent or something." He said, "Shut up, follow orders." So my father went. So in Port Commissioners, he remembered there was a guy, Robin Banerjee, who used to talk about Sai Baba to him. And my father, as usual, critical of these kind of things and all. But this time he was forced to boss his orders. So he came and asked Robin Banerjee, "Can you tell me where there's a Sai Baba bhajan or something being held?" He said, "Yeah, in Park Circus, Mr. Chopra's place. And this Nalini Bose, Subhash Chandra Bose's niece, she'll be coming to sing bhajan also. So come over there." So my father went to Colonel Lal over there and he said, "I've heard so many stories when bhajans are going, suddenly Vibhuti will come or Amrit will come from somewhere. I don't believe, they must be all Sai Baba's agents, to do his cheap publicity and all that. So if it comes in front of me, I'll believe." He hardly said that, then for big photo, Amrit started falling out. And that gave him a shake-up. And he said, "There's something here." Then of course, then he got talking to other people. Nalini Bose, Subhash Chandra Bose's niece was there. And she was singing that bhajan, "Baba, tumay ek bar ashte habe, Baba, you have to come, once you have to come, once you have to come." And she crying from her heart and singing. So Baba had to come, and Baba came, and he showed his presence. So then of course we got into various science circles, heard different miracles and stories and all. Then the whole drawing room went upside down, all the weekly parties of the port and army, everything stopped. It all became a mandir and everyday bhajans and then Nagar Sankirtan, Narayan Seva, and every day and night we were doing nothing but Sai, 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 practicing bhajans, or today so-and-so's bhajan, tomorrow is so-and-so bhajan. Totally life went topsy-turvy. In fact, it became the most righteous way of life that we ever had. And then my brother also attended 3 summer courses there. So that's how I had never met Baba. But somehow the connection about Sai Baba is God. It was like an instant faith. It somehow connected from inside. I suppose the karmic connection or the call of God.
Very good. Beautiful story. So your father was transformed just in a matter of a second, I guess.
Yes, just that moment and then that's it.
So after that, did you join the Bal Vikas classes?
Yes, we had Bal Vikas classes. We did everything else, that the Sai organizations were doing, the Sai Samiti were doing. We did everything of that. And the later part of life, of course, we went off in our careers, so everyone went out. But then we could not obviously pursue the Sai activities because we have to leave the city, we have to leave the country, But Swami never left us. He never left us, and time and again I remember that once I was on the top deck somewhere and I slipped and fell down. This was in 1977 and I fell down and down and down. I knew that either I am going to be dead or else multiple fractures which is going to keep me in the hospital at least for 6 months or 1 year. I knew it was gone and everybody saw this, "Oh my God, this guy is gone." And then I said, "Okay, Sai Ram, let me see what happened." And I lifted one hand with the other hand lifted all right, second one all right, and leg and back, I was in one piece, not a scratch on my body. That only Swami could do, nobody else. And another time also, I almost choked to death, I couldn't breathe. And then once walking on the streets of South America somewhere, suddenly vibhuti smell, such a strong vibhuti smell. So I'm walking and Baba's walking by me. And of course, numerous dreams that he came. It is not one of those dreams where you think of Baba. It was realistic dreams where I felt Baba, where I could touch Baba. And Baba gave me messages, and actual messages. And the last message, of course, he said, write down, I am coming back.
I'm coming back to that again, but before that I want to capture some of your background for the benefit of the viewers.
Right.
You are a renowned astrologer. You have quite a good following from Americans as well as Indians. A lot of customers visit you here. Could you please tell me a little bit about your astrological background?
Well, let me go again. I was a science student, and even when in childhood, when we came to know of Sathya Sai Baba, I was about 5 years old, and 1968. And then we also had a guru, Sai Das Baba, enlightened soul. We had an association of many God realizations. We were very fortunate that way. And but we hear the Updesh, the Pravachan. It says everything is the law of karma. Whatever happens is due to karma. So just pray and do this thing. But that thing never satisfied me. I said it's all right for a common man to give some consolation. That all right, this is the law of karma. So there has to be something more to it. I had a deep quest to do something for people who are suffering, whether physically or mentally. I used to tell my mother when I was young, I remember, I don't belong to this planet, I'm from some other planet. But somehow a voice inside used to tell me, I was very naughty, but I was very creative. I was a science student, and everything I needed to do. I mean, if there's a motor car, I used to break it up to see how it works. Even the winding and everything, the commutator, the winding, the armature, I used to do everything myself, just to know. So it was that sense of curiosity to know. So while the spiritual faith, the following were there, but the great intense faith, the curiosity, I knew there is something out there by which people can be helped to know the unknown. And that's what set me the quest of it. And then in 1979, and of course I used to ask these gurus, and they said, "Beta, in time to come, you'll know." They thought he was too little, like a kid, to know these things and all. And this guru of mine, Sai Das Baba, he said, "In time to come, you will come to it." Then 1979, I started studying all these books on numerology and palmistry and whatever I could get hold on. And then, people, the beggars on the street, I gave them 1 rupee, here's for you, but let me read your palm. So I saw a long, fat line, but he's a beggar. And the people who have got basic, crude line, they are millionaires. So things didn't make sense. Same thing, numerology. So something that is true has to be true 10 out of 10, not 7 out of 10 and all. So I kept searching deeper, and I used to get intuitions. I remember sometimes I used to say something, and offhand that used to happen. Then in 1985, I started studying Jyotish Vidya. Birgu Parashara Hora Shastra, Vara Mihir, Vriha Jatak, Bhavar Ratnakar, all the ancient Rishi Munis who wrote this thing. So they started making sense to me. I said, this is what it is. But then again, me being of a science and on the age of today, I said many things that were written there, they were all written in shlokas, and all in Sanskrit, which have been translated into English. And I said a lot of things have changed. Now, as per the ancient scriptures, let's say Panchamahapurush Yoga, Gajkeshri Yoga, Ruchak Yoga, this person will have horses and camels and elephants and cows. So people were considered wealthy in those times. He owns land, owns cattle and all this thing. Now you can't have cows and elephants and horses walking down Manhattan.
Yes.
So you got to translate that as BMWs and Mercedes or private jets.
Very true, yeah.
Same thing in those days, there were 14, 15 children people used to have. Nowadays, thanks to family planning, you can't afford it, 1 or 2. And like 40 years ago, there were no such thing as computers. Today is the biggest industry. Again, that many years ago, there was no such thing as AIDS. Today is the biggest killer. So with the new age, with the Kali Yuga, a lot of things have changed. Now the same grahas, the 9 planets, the 27 nakshatras, and the 12 Rashi, zodiac signs, a permutation and combination, that means something new has evolved. A new invention, a new creation, a new direction, a new dimension, a new projection. So these things have to be described in today's times. like, like I said, the IT industry or the new diseases that came, the new sankalp technology. Those days when people, the ancient combination show this fellow will be having such a bad luck that he'll have to leave his motherland and go away. It used to be called Desh Nikala, that means thrown out of the country. Today people pay lakhs of rupees to get a visa to get thrown out of the country to go to a foreign country. So the whole concept, even the concept of Sukh Dukh, Paap Punya, and also Labh Gain has changed now. So I started applying those principles. And then along the line I heard of the Nadi Jyotisham. So I went to the village there in Vaideshwar in South India. And there I found my leaf. And everything about me was written, father's name, mother's name, and family, and about my degree. You have a double degree, you will do this. It was also written that you're doing research on the Nadi.
Oh my God. And you'll be I had a similar experience too. So I'm really interested to hear more about your Nadis.
Yeah. And then it says that you'll be a great astrologer, and you have Vakya Siddhi, whatever you say will come true, and people will follow you, you will show the right path to people, and you will also do some Ayurvedic medicine, whatever you give to people, they will get healed of it.
Which you are doing right now already, right?
Which I, fortunately by Baba's grace I am, because whatever I am doing, believe me, I never tried to come to America, I never tried to stay over here, get green card. I said, alright, if it happens, it happens. It just happened like that. Even the green card story, how it happened, it's a miracle, unbelievable how quickly it happened and how it happened. So it was all his plan, his divine plan. And then of course after doing all my research and all, I came to my own understanding of things, and I wrote the first book, The Cosmic Law and Astral Healing. Understanding the Karak Tattva, the Graha Avastha, there are no fixed rules as per books and all, whether Vastu Shastra or Jyotish or even Ayurveda, for example. I found my own research, new kind of thing. Even with my Ayurvedic formulas, I call it like Astro Ayurveda. So there are, the entire creation is a projection of the 7 colors that you see in the rainbow. And the whole thing is a spectrum of the 7 colors, you, me, matter. Everything is the spectrum of the light, and because of the effect of the Maya, it appears to be matter, appears to be material. So it all emanates from the 7 colors that you see in the rainbow, all emit from the 7 planets, like the sun, the moon, the Mercury gives green color rays, moon gives orange color rays, sun gives red color rays, Mercury gives green color rays. So the whole creation is the matrices of the 7 colors. It's only through the prism that you will be able to see. The naked eye cannot see. Like you put a drop of water through the prism. The prism experiment, you see all 7 colors. But that is the truth. That is what the whole thing is about. Now there are certain plants and certain roots. They also have the high cosmic concentrated energy of those planets, which I did my research on and found out. Like for example, Anantamul is for Mars. Like Bharangi is for Jupiter. Like Bichumul is for Shani, Saturn. Vidharamul is for Buddha, Mercury. So I put those planets being certain symbolics or responsible for certain health condition, I put those roots and plants of those herbs with some traditional Ayurvedic thing and mix it together, and that works like magic because it's a double effect.
I see.
So my concept, being a scientist, being a researcher, I'm an astroscientist. So I do constant research. Every day is a research. And people say, I've been doing this for about 25 years now, and I'm still learning. And on the last day that I breathe on earth, I'll probably die with the wish, I had a lot of more learning to do yet, maybe another time.
So your doctorate is in the same subject?
My doctorate is in the field of Vedic sciences, which include Jyotish and Ayurveda and Mantra Updesham and various other things. Like my book contains chapters on meditation, on yoga, on Rudraksha, on Yantra, on mantras, on this Mani, the astrological gemstones, and of course various other subjects. It's like almost like 350-page book. It contains various subjects. So I did my PhD from the University of Netherlands.
Wonderful. Your office, you made it like a real temple here. Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and the vibrations are so great in here. So do you also introduce about Bhagawan to the people that you come to visit you here?
Of course, I always do. Because first thing when people come and see Baba, 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 Baba everywhere, like a Sai madness over here. Anywhere you go, whether you see here, there, in the bedroom, in the walking room, in the kitchen, Baba, to remind you by your indriyas, what you see, Shabd, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha, should be all full of Sai, all full of Swami. So we hear of Swami. This agarbatti smell, you reminded of Swami of Prashanti. You see the picture, Dhwani, you hear bhajan of Swami. So even the taste of Vibhuti or Amrit, which I'll give you once we finish this. I have Amrit from Sri Rangapatnam. So Baba has to be reminded all the time that there is no other thing like there are certain things people say they sit in meditation. I think no, you should be in a constant state of meditation, and that meditation is not sitting cross-eyed and cross-legged. Meditation is to do with manan, to the mind, to have Swami in your mind and heart all the time. So that's the reason that the whole place, you see Swami's picture, and then when people come, I tell them about Swami, and some people come and ask me, oh, who's this gentleman? And I tell them this is a gentle God, and I tell them the whole story about Swami. And then they know, and then they search for more, because everybody's searching. So in my opinion, we have a Sai organization, Sai centers all over the world. But I see that it's just the Sai devotees who gather, they do the bhajan kirtan, satsang and come back. But there are many people out there who are true seekers, who are looking for truth, who are looking for God and godliness, who are looking for a path, who are looking for a way and direction and source. And they are helpless. And unfortunately, there are so many fakes out there, fake gurus and fake teachers who mislead them and extract money out of them for their own selfish purposes. So I think it is a duty of every devotee, every Sai devotee, to inform people about Swami and to take them, not to increase the group power or not to increase make them, there's no membership fee or anything, but it's just to, I think, even sharing knowledge. Baba has said, it is a duty for everyone to share your wealth, your knowledge and everything with others. This is not doing publicity of Swami. This is sharing the news about God on earth and about His message on earth. There are people, like I'm a speaker on the national radio here, WBIFM 1905. I've spoken one whole program for 1 hour I did on Bhagawan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, not the holy man from India, not the spiritual leader of India, but God on earth, God incarnate on earth. So you should proudly say, if you have faith, you must have no fear, because truth should not fear. So if you have faith, if He is Satyam, you should be Satyam also. You should speak like Him, be like Him. But you should not fear. There's nothing to hide. If you're hiding, oh, what will people think and all, then you have a false ego.
Very true.
Then you have no truth, then you have no heart. That means Baba is only in your mind, not in your heart, not in your Atma. Because Atma is indestructible, Atma is true, and Atma is strength. So we should all speak, even to other people, whether Americans, my clients are Americans, they are whites, they are Chinese, they are blacks from all over. And they all take to it. And they follow me. When I tell them be vegetarian, they become vegetarian. When I tell them pray to God, whoever you believe in, with this purpose, they do it. And they get benefited from it also.
I heard many people went to Puttaparthi after coming here and talking to you.
Yes, that is true. Many people have gone and their lives, one of them is an actress, Bonnie Sills. And when she first came to me, obviously, many years ago, now almost 14 years ago, and she, obviously anyone want to ask when I'll get married and settle and all. I said, not for you. I said, you will never get married, you will never have children, you will never have a home. She said, oh my God. I said, don't you know how fortunate you are? You are so lucky, the doors of heaven are open for you. No Maya. All relationships, whether marriage, husband, wife, children, is all Maya. It keeps pulling you down, anant, endless. So in order to get mukti, we are all like the gas-filled balloons, gas-filled balloons with the threads. They all, bubbling out there, but tied with thread. Cut off the threads and it goes up there. So I told her, you don't know how fortunate you are. And that session really transformed her mind and heart so much. And then she went to Puttaparthi. Till this day, she's a happy soul. She never ever wanted marriage or children anymore. She's just happy to connect to Baba, and surely Baba will take her. There's another lady, women also, another African American lady. She had come to me many years ago, and then she passed away recently. And then after that, she's been in the Brooklyn Center, Baba Center. And when she left, Baba was sitting by her bed. Baba came to take her away.
Wow.
So there are people who never been there, but just telling them of Baba, they connected to Baba, and Baba connected to them. So don't you think we should do that for other people? Why just stick in our own ritualistic group? Why not do something for others? Who knows? Maybe 100 of people together who are already doing this may not have it in the karma. But maybe in the thousands, one may have in the karma. So if you take them apart because of telling about Sai, they can connect. That is also your dharma, that is also your duty.
Very good. Now let us come to the most interesting part, and what I am really curious to know from you is, how did you get this idea that Swami is going to come back in the same physical form as Sathya Sai Baba? Before going to that, I just wanted to narrate a little small incident that happened early in this year. I sat down to write this article about a possibility of Bhagawan coming back in the year 2014. And then I was, building up this article, and I was trying to say there's something missing here. There was something missing that I want to add here. And that's exactly during that time that I got an email from you with your predictions for 2014. And I was really amazed the way that, how bluntly you put it out there that, yes, Swami is coming back in this physical form this year. So what was your inspiration to write that prediction, and what do you think about all this, this idea of Swami coming back in the same physical form?
See, being a Jyotish, astrology is a bit not the right kind of thing. Jyotish is the one, Jyoti is light, the one who can shed light upon subjects, upon people, upon lives. And the whole purpose of this is to help people, heal people, guide people. The true Jyotish is the one who looks for Manav Kalyan, to help people, not for his selfish purposes, not customer, the wrong word, business, wrong word. No, that's not it. So it is whoever seeks, and sometimes you also have to give it to those who don't seek, because they also need help. Even if someone doesn't like you, it is a duty to help them also. So that is the Satya Dharma, that is the true Dharma. So you should be able to see. So I see like that. I see the skies, I see the stars, and I get the message. I read the signs, what's to happen in the coming times. I see all that. And then that's how I make world predictions, what's going to happen, whether earthquakes and even for countries and all that, for individuals. So I could see in this coming time, in this year now, 2014, from June, July onwards, a great transformation is going to come, because there are some planets, they move very slow, like Shani. It moves like one cycle in 30 years, 2.5 years for each this thing. So Shani coming into Tula Rashi is something great, a great significance, with Rahu and Ketu, which are karmic controlling planets. So Shani and Rahu and Ketu coming in the same alignment, and Guru, Jupiter, coming into Kark Rashi, another Chara Rashi movable signs. So the aspect of these planets indicate a great change to come. Earlier also I had predicted that there will be a shift of the Earth's axis. There will be great storms, there will be earthquakes, there will be floods. All those things happen because of certain phenomena. And even now I see that some great spiritual wave is going to come on the entire earth, like a wave of a God's hand. And some great spiritual transformation, or the process of spiritual transformation, has to happen. Now of course, see, my thing is plain and simple. We've heard, mythology, Shiv Mahapuran, Vishnu Mahapuran. I have not seen Shiva, I have not seen Vishnu. Krishna avatar was there, Ram avatar was there. But in my opinion, Lord Rama, okay, he did great for Ahalya, or even for his Sita, or for his kingdom, gave the message, of the righteous way, how people should be there for the kings or for the people. Same thing in the time of Lord Krishna, the fight between the Kaurav and the Pandav, righteousness, dharma, the great message of Gita we got from there. But then that was limited to Kauravas or the Pandavas. It was limited to Lanka or Ayodhya, and so on and so forth. Even the spiritual gurus that came, be it Prophet Muhammad, or be it Jesus Christ, or so many others who were limited to certain things. Of course, due regard has to be given to those times when that was not the age of internet and everything. And so they did their own purpose in the avatar. But our Satya Sai avatar, the greatest avatar that ever mankind has heard, seen or known or will ever know, who did things for the entire world, irrespective of country, caste, creed, and who established institutions, and who for health and for personal transformation, people all over the world are his devotees, not because he did magic or miracles and all that, because he transformed their heart. and everyone around the world. So this is what I call the Ishwar, the Parameshwar, the God. Never ever I have not been so impressed with any other avatar than Sathya Sai avatar, because of his great magnitude of things that he has done for common man all over the world, not related to any corner or any religion, not Sikhism, not Islam, or not this thing, everywhere, the Sarvadharma. So that is his greatness. And then we all know, okay, this is the end of Kali Yuga. As per the calculation, the end of Kali Yuga is coming now, or has come already, and the Sat Yuga has to start. How will the Sat Yuga start? With all these crimes, with wars, these treacheries, this corruption, and all these things of the whole earth, the whole world, be it India, be it America, or Germany, or Russia, everywhere, is still going on. Where is Sat Yuga? How can it come? There has to be some great change, some earth-shattering experience that the whole world should experience in order for the consciousness and the heart and mind to transform. Something great has to happen. It's not going to be a slow process, because this slow process has been going on for so many years, with many Sant and Mahatmas and teachings and preachings have been going on. So people go and sit in the satsang and all that, and when they come back, they're back to their devil ways. So they are not totally into it, They still do their wrong things. So I don't see. The only way Satya Yuga can come in is, and we are on the threshold of it, is when Bhagawan comes and does something great where the whole world will witness. Like, for example, suddenly appearing on the moon, or appearing on mountains, or multiple appearings in America and India, or even appearing all TV channels at the same time. Something to that effect, I imagine, should happen. And something to that effect can only happen if our Bhagawan Shri Satya Sai Baba comes back after being dead in the physical body, and that too not in a couple of days. People might say, oh, you others, people always will criticize. It is the habit of people, they always want to believe in a dead God. They don't want to believe in an alive God. Because they are happy, God, you're dead, please be dead, we'll worship you. If you come alive, we'll criticize you.
I see.
This is all humans are. So, he is coming back, and astrologically also with his planetary combination, like I explained, is such a very powerful combination. It'll bring a lot of climatic changes around the earth, and of course spiritual changes. And it has to happen in this way, that Baba is going to come back, because that's when the transformation will happen. People will get goose pimples, they'll shake out of their skin, and they'll say, oh my God. They'll literally say, oh my God, is this what it is? And that's the only way the golden age will come in, some great change. And I could foresee this earlier, 2009, I wrote it in my newsletter, that this is going to happen. And then again now, I am saying from this July onward, that great change has to come. And the only way I can possibly foresee is Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba coming back. There's no other way anything can change.
So how can, like you're saying that this whole world change will happen and something miraculous will happen. But why can't Swami come in some other form? Like, why do you believe it has to be this return of Satya Sai Baba in the same form that we have seen him before?
Okay. For one thing, in my opinion, Prema Sai has already taken birth. He is 1 year old now. He is still a baby. He needs time to groom, needs time to grow, to be able to reach out to people. So he is there, standby, in like being groomed over there. There's this thing. God is one. He is, Ananta, infinite, powerful. He can come in multiple forms and at the same time. He doesn't have to be, it's not like one avatar has got a quota. He can only have these powers, in the other body he cannot have. He can be anywhere in 10 times, in 10 folds. So, while that is there, and now that our Swami has left in the body, so this gap in between, from the time he left till now, in my opinion, if he lets go like this and waits for Prema Sai to take his, until he's 10 years old, when declared to the world, I think a lot of time would have been lost. Mm-hmm. People would slip down again from their spirituality. Mm-hmm. That momentum of Sai message is going to stop. All the Sai devotees like you and me and many others who believe, they will still believe. But we are not worried about you and me. We are worried about all those people who are not Any devotees, forget about Swami devotees, who are corrupt people, who are evil people, who are wrong people, wrongdoers, who may press a button and a nuclear bomb will go. Swami has already saved the earth, planet Earth from collapsing twice, taking it on his body, so the earth doesn't break. So now it's time to change that. Time to change the whole maya of evil. That's the only way, and that's why he said, I have not come to destroy, I have come to transform out of love, giving them wisdom and understanding. So he has to come in the form that people know him, in the form that he gave us the message, in the form that we love him. And the other form, of course, when it comes. But I've been given message in many ways, and Baba, he also gave me the message. Many others were also being given the message. Wait, I'm coming.
So did you have any dreams or visions about Swami's return?
Yes, I had many dreams and visions, and the last dream that I had, Swami came to me in a dream, and he says, write down. So he says, write. I said, okay, Swami, what to write? I am coming soon. So he's quoting the words, I am coming soon. He says, write down. So first I thought, okay, I'm saying write down. But then I'm thinking, maybe it has a parallel message to it. Mm-hmm. Write about me coming soon.
I see.
Not just write down. So write about me coming soon. And in the way also saying write down means it's written. Written in stone. I'm coming soon. So write down means pakka. Sure.
So is that when you had the inspiration to write this article about truth, God coming back in the same name as truth and form as love?
No, it is not because of that. You see, most of the time when I write, believe me, it is all message from the cosmos. It's not something that happened. It's just voice from inside. When I write my newsletters or anything, and it just, the words keep coming, I keep writing. So it's one of those things that I know it is from him.
Very good. So what is in it for, what are we Sai devotees? How do we prepare for this big event that is going to come? In your opinion, is there anything that we have to do in special while we are waiting for this big event as you mentioned? Mm-hmm. And what is the preparation that we need to do?
Very good question. I think, first of all, we should all prepare for us seriously. Okay, time, there are different levels. I tell some spiritual seekers also. There are levels that Swami leaves people to. There are some people who will only do bhajan kirtan, their weekly thing, okay, come back, be good, do your bhajan kirtan, which is good for them. Instead of wasting time here and there, instead of doing some bad thing, at least they're doing, or they come Sunday or Thursday. There are people who are doing other means of propagation, to send the message about, like heart to heart comes. There are people who are writing books and all that. There are people who are doing seva in the hospitals. There are people who are serving, the homeless and in the shelter. And there are people who are doctors. There are people who also like me and many others like me, who Baba has chosen in another category to work for him, and which is going to be revealed now in time to come. As Nadi said, it said that he'll be coming at this time, and he'll come and give you some direct instruction. Thereafter, for the rest of your life, you'll be working as for the divine will. That means my life is no more mine. He'll be giving me direct instructions every day what to do. So for common devotees, I would say first have faith that yes, he is there and he is coming even in a physical form, and then prepare because you're all his messengers. You're all his instruments. So since we are in the world, so each one of us will be given some task, whether to spread the message or to help, in the homeless or by food or by various other ways. I think the main thing is why there's so much of faith, why there are crimes, why there are hatred, why there are wars. Because people have lost faith in spirituality. People have lost faith in God. You see, even in India, people do some wrongs and all, but sometimes, oh no, God will say better not to do this. So sometimes, even that momentary instinct, they withdraw from doing something wrong. Oh, God is watching, Or like some people you see in North India, today's Tuesday, I won't eat chicken. Or Saturday, I won't eat chicken. Other days, they keep slaughtering. So that is also wrong. Every day is a day of God. And of course, ahimsa, non-violence. You must have compassion and care for even those animals. They are there for their own karma and purpose, not for you to chop them and eat. God says, give up, sacrifice the animal. animal inside you, not the animals, goats and chickens and sheep.
Yes.
So the message is misinterpreted and applied. So I think to spread even this part of it, the true meaning of the message, what the spiritual path is, to make people spiritual again, to think of God again, to connect to God again, they can start doing the groundwork. I think it's just like students sitting in a class, okay, waiting for the teacher to come. Everybody on the desk, okay, silence, take out your notebooks, take out your pencils, and wait. So we should be doing that.
Wonderful. So in this, we have only a few months left as per your calculation, astrology calculations and everything. And you also mentioned that some destructive force is going to come.
Yes.
And what is that we need to do, apart from praying to Bhagawan to save this world and samasta loka sugno bhavantu? Apart from that, what is that we need to do to prepare for this? If there is a destruction, or is there anything that we need to plan or prepare physically?
Well, I think many people have written many things, end of the world in 2012, about some great things coming and New York City going to come crashing down, and this is going to happen, that is going to happen. And I tell people, don't worry, nothing will happen. First of all, you have to have that faith that you belong to sign.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry about it. And at all time, reside in sign. You have him in your heart, in your mind, and everything. And Baba has said, he's proved it, that my devotees will not get affected, no matter what. Of course, we have to apply our discrimination, our buddhi, and practical sense, whatever we have to do. So there are times, like even in the month of March now, this Mangal, Mars and Saturn coming into conjunction Tula Rashi, and with Rahu and Ketu, that will also create some earthquakes, that will also going to create some difficult storm and things like that. And then later part of the year again, August, September again. So the situation is going to come. It has already happened also in the recent past, where it's going to have some great impact. And I've written in my earlier newsletters, it's going to change the geography of Earth in some places. And when last I had written there's going to be a huge storm, Japan was shifted by 9 miles, remember, with the tsunami.
Mm-hmm.
So there are going to be those kind of things. And amidst the thunder showers and storms and lightning and floods and all, that is when, he will appear. And that destruction, a lot of it is like nature, and the disbalance of nature is created by man, by the way, not because of Shiva dancing or anything like that. It is because of earth has been dug out of minerals and oils and things like that. Earth has become hollow. There is the pressure is there on earth, on any sphere that is in the thing. So earth they experience collapsing forces, because inside is hollow.
Yes.
So obviously there are bound to be earthquakes, there are bound to be volcanoes erupting, and the pressure level is going to change, which is the air goes from low pressure to high pressure, thereby a storm coming. And so a lot of things have been changing on earth, which is man-made. And Baba has, as I said earlier, I'm repeating, emphasizing, twice the earth would have been destroyed, Baba saved it. And now, the third time, Baba is coming to save earth itself, and earthlings itself, humanity itself, to change all that. And then only the new age, the golden age, will come when people will give up all the vices, all the bad things and everything. Because see, no matter how big you are, no matter how rich you are, no matter how powerful you are, and what a great man you are, but when you come to a crisis time, everybody will say, oh God, save me. That will be the last word and the first word that comes to you. When you know when you're at the dead end, then you won't say, oh, Bush or Obama or so and so on. You'll say, oh, God only.
Exactly.
So this is the human instinct.
So only such an event can make people turn around and, pray to God and think of God.
Yes.
Right? So that's one of the reasons.
That's the true call of the soul. So far, man lives in ahankar, in his mind and ego and wrong judgment, wrong assessment, misplaced judgment. But the call of the soul, his soul always, Atma always calls for the Paramatma.
Wow. It was such a great experience talking to you, Dr. Rakesh. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for narrating your wonderful story and sharing your insights on the topic of the imminent reappearance of our dear Lord. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you would like to end this with? Any message that you would like to give to the viewers? Please go ahead.
My message to viewers is this. have firm faith in Bhagawan, and yes, if Baba says, I look to you as you look to me. So one thing I would like to add in this, people say, oh, he's Guru, or he's Sadguru, he's holy man. No. If you look to him as a Guru, he'll be like a Guru. If you look like a holy man, he'll be like a holy man. If you look to him like a God, then he will be God. So look to him as God and nothing else, and he will be God.
Wow, such a wonderful message. It's such a great pleasure to be with you, Dr. Rakesh. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
And Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Sai Ram. The real purpose is now come. So far Baba was just preparing us by doing bhajans and kirtans and right values and all. But the actual activity, the action, to work for him. We are his Sena, his Prem Sena, his love army. And we are going to do the real work, but we have to talk, we have to inspire people, encourage people, and help people, and transform people. So the real purpose of the Satyug, of the transformation, is going to be through us. He is going to, of course, be the one who gives the universal vision, but we are the ones who are going to work. So he gave a message in 85, my mission has begun, your mission of your life has begun, and I'll be working through each one of you, to fulfill my purpose and all. This message was given long back, and the whole thing is in the shape of Baba, the whole printout of that. So that message was given to me in 1985, and then of course lots have happened since then. So many times Baba has come giving so many messages. I think the real time has come now.